Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Conquering the World as Italy. Looking greatly forward to moving on to further parts of the world. So yes, we're in the middle of an invasion of Poland. Hopefully we can steamroll Poland, but Poland is quite a tough power, so could also grab some of these countries, which I don't know what they referred to. The Baltic countries. Yes, the Baltic countries will fall, hopefully, to the mighty power of Rome. That's good, we've grabbed Warsaw, so that's always a great sign. Gotta keep moving through. These countries should be pretty easy. Lithuania and the other two shall fall, sadly for them. Rebels still causing somewhat of an issue. Just to conquer the last of the Baltic countries, here we have taken them. Very wrapped, not much ability now, what can you do? Oh wait, I'm sure. A bit confused here, what to do. You know, we've conquered all the land countries. If we go to war with Greece, the Allies might respond. Building a bit of an extra navy with some of the captured IC. Always good to have a large navy. The IC jumping up to 258. Good place to be at July 1937. Moving the divisions to the transport. Hopefully shouldn't take too long. A bit worried about the Soviet Empire. If they did go to war right now, we'd be very easily steamrolled. Italy redesigning the map here, conquering what is truly its. Moving to war with Turkey. Turkey's an easy option. Hopefully we can get past the port of Istanbul. A lot of people get stuck there, especially with the AI on auto, but even on auto it appears to be making its way through. Oh wait. A bit short on transport here, so only gonna grab the combat divisions. Oh, wish I owned that port. Oh, I do own that port, that's great. Danzig, thank you, Poland. Yeah, see, I can't quite cross Turkey there, but I do have the ability to go through the south, which is always good. Moving the headquarters to Danzig and doing a little bit of manual help here to get past Istanbul. I mispronounce most words, so if you are a bit of a English wizard, I feel sorry for you. This will be frustrating. Sitting near Copenhagen. Denmark, lovely country to own. surprising fact about Denmark, which is very pointless, is Denmark has one of the top 10 highest rates of skin cancer. You think being snow bunnies they wouldn't even know what the sun was? Oh well. A bit complicated sometimes to take. Denmark gets confusing, you know, when you take it from the sea. Setting up a new theatre here, the reserves. Yes, quite a lot going on, so getting the reserves up and running always handy as. Yes, preparing. Oh, all awkward. USA goes a bit nuts here. They just declare war on everyone. You know, I get very confused. Usually USA doesn't spaz out like this, but it's joined the Allies and just started going spastic, declaring war on countries which, like Portugal and Spain, which weren't really doing much wrong. But you know, when the great, you think they'd declare war on the great Italian Empire, but they're scared. My first bit of navy engagement, conquering parts of Norway, always handy. Finally winning at Istanbul, the country is ours. So here I spaz out a bit and I realise I've actually started a bit of a war here with Norway. I've got Greece and France closing in on me. Now pretending you don't see it doesn't fix it, but Norway's ours, which is going to free up a lot of men in Norway and Denmark, you know, because France is moving in on us. And we don't seem to, a lot of our troops are in Turkey, you know, so what to do? I plan on capturing these Turkish islands, the Greek islands. That could be Cyprus, but I wouldn't want to guess and get it wrong. A lot of these are World War II names, so it's very confusing. So getting the Turkish troops to quickly move through and conquer Greece. Greece got a bit of power, but usually they even lose to Bulgaria if they go head to head with Bulgaria, so shouldn't be too hard. Calling up the reserves now, and I'm also moving in on a bit of a Middle East campaign. Should give me the oil if I'm successful. A few fronts opening up here. It does confuse me a little bit. I didn't plan on going to the war with the Allies this soon. I think they started me. Italy was just doing some local expansions, and now we've got a bunch of allies trying to take us down, killing the convoys. There's no way I can afford to do all of these trades, especially with the Allies Navy. They'll just decimate anything. You know, got to keep the supplies open and the resource convoys coming in. here I was originally planning on moving the fleet around, but then I just dropped them off closely at Danzig and let them run, because there is a bit of an issue, you know, if I try and carry them all across, the transports could fall, because I've got to get past English channels and around France. Only devastation can happen. Yeah, it's getting a bit scared, you know. France is moving in onto some of my core territory here. And not really much stopping France, you know. Making sure I add everyone to conquer. We don't want to end up with a gazillion useless puppets which don't do nothing. Just give me your IC. That's all I want. And the leadership's not. We're in Europe and we've conquered a lot of Europe, so we've got a lot of IC, and we're really only just doing armoured light aircraft and like cruisers and transport. So that's only 4 practicals. I find the less practicals for theory and production makes it a lot easier, especially once you get down to like 70% reduced building and costs. I don't even know the mathematics, but that's just huge. They're 70% quicker and cheaper. So not only if they're coming out in 1/3 of the speed, they're coming out, you can put 3 of them to come out at 1/3 of the speed. That's 9 times faster. If my maths is right, it's right. I hope so. Changing the text here a bit, fixing them up. Always a bit behind in the text, but that leadership 22. Putting on everything so they the ones which get done auto drop to the bottom, and I don't have to worry about it for ages. Fixing some destroyed HQs there. Having a bit of trouble with Greece, you know. Bit of trouble with Greece, harder to stop than I planned. Wasn't ready for them. Moving through France too. Don't really have the spare troops to free up and send to Greece. Spain helping with France. Very unusual. Let's just figure out how Italy and Spain are now conquering France on their own without Germany. America really did upset the world. Might as well go to head with Luxembourg, with whatever you call it. I'm sure they're nice people. They have the F1 race there, so that street circuit. Yes, was a bit worried about the French, the Allies Air Force, you know. I've only at this stage got 4 interceptors in service, 1 in the air command, which will just sit there so I can place units there easier. You know, 4 interceptors against the entire Allies is not very strong. Lucky it's still only 38, but if this was a bit later. France, a bit of an encirclement there done, and France just does not seem to have anything protecting. Quickly directing a unit to Paris. Might as well grab it, checking up on Greece. A bit worried about the European force. The reserves doing a lot of the work. I don't think the reserves are meant to be leading the major assault. They really should have moved to another theatre, but what can you do? in the southwest of France, they're about to get encircled by Spanish and Italian troops, and Spain should fall. Meeting a bit of resistance near Palestine and Israel, or just Israel, if depending on what your beliefs are. Let's not go there. Get about to move through on Belgium as well. Lovely Holland, also looking very nice. They got a bit more IC. My IC is at 285, I believe, 167 base. It's very blurry. Readjusting the feeders, trying to get Europe feeder. Has a lot of men in it to control itself. Conquering watts of setting that to none. What can I do with these? Yeah, I've got no real spare units to go chucking away. So just fighting Greece, northern France campaign, and the Middle East. I start to get a bit worried here, you know. At war with the Allies, it is 38, and they do like to do landings, and the last thing I need is a big British landing. And yes, they are storming my beach. Just by the luck, they picked the one where there's a armoured division in. Very helpful. Very helpful. There was an armoured division already there. Greece is becoming unstoppable. They've been given a lot of divisions from Britain and etc. You know, and I haven't really. I've put a lot of troops into making sure we win the Western Front. And now I'm a bit vulnerable from the south. Well, I don't know where Greece, you'd say Greece is from Italy, but you'd say it's from the southeast. Holland is ours. And trying to set up a feeder to control the militants. And planning for next episode of a surprise. It's something you might expect, something you might not. Now my men are cut off. I'm have to use supply trips to get to them. Anyway, thanks for watching episode 2. I hope to see you at episode 3. Yes, thank you for watching. Adios.